Hello and welcome to this flight from Amsterdam Airport to New York JFK. If you viewed my last video, you'll know that I hopped across from Bristol on a KLM City Hopper service. If you haven't seen that video yet, by all means pause this video and go and check that out now. Click the link in the top right. We're starting our journey off here in this big plaza outside the airport. Our flight's up on the board. We arrived quite early. We're flying business class today on a Dreamliner 787-10, so we get to use the KLM Crown Lounge, which I've heard great things about. As we go up the escalators into the lounge, you get to see this display of miniature Dutch houses. Each one contains a little bit of Dutch gin, and if you're travelling in business class, you get given one during your flight. There are several different ones, so if you're a regular flyer, you can build up quite a collection. Now, this lounge is divided into sections. It's pretty big, but despite all of the hype, I was a little bit disappointed. I found it quite busy, the food selection's a little bit lacking, and quite a few of the more upmarket sections actually required you to pay a supplement for the food and drink. It was a great place though to pass the time. I was just a little bit disappointed based on everything that I'd read about it in advance. Escaped the lounge slightly early to take a look at our craft for today, this 2-year-old 787-10 Dreamliner. Now, KLM requests that you don't take videos of crew or other passengers without permission, so we're going to skip the boarding scene for today, and we're going to hop straight on board into our world business class seat. Now, while I sip on my pre-departure beverage, which there were alcoholic and non-alcoholic options, I take a quick look around and notice that there's a lack of individual air vents on this flight. This is pretty common now, but something that I do personally miss. Now, I'm 5'11", and as you can see, I can stretch up pretty well in this business class seat. There's a little shelf in front of me and somewhere to put my feet as well. We were scheduled to depart at 13:35, but we end up pushing back around 25 minutes late. We do end up making up some time and actually land slightly ahead of schedule. Now, due to the size of this airport and the variety of aircraft that you can see, this taxi sequence has been left in, but you can skip forward using the chapters in the description below. Now, while everyone's still seated shortly after takeoff, we're going to have a quick look around the cabin. Bright and spacious, considering I am actually missing a window in this seat, which I wasn't aware of when I booked the ticket, but that serves me right for not checking out a seat map first. Little storage cubby for some water and for your headphones, and pretty decent IFE screen here. Now I've got pretty big hands, and you can see that this is a pretty big screen. Now they divide up the blockbusters into years as well, so you can browse the pretty extensive collection very easily. There's certainly plenty to watch on this flight today, including a good selection of TV stations and some audio channels as well. Some good Wi-Fi options here, including a free messaging pack. I did actually go for the surf pack in the end, and as usual, had to celebrate the fact that I could tweet while on the flight by sending a picture. Now, I had some pretty spectacular views out of my single window, and I'm going to share a few video clips of that later on in the video, so make sure you keep watching for those. Pretty decent menu choices on this flight today. My only criticism was that I couldn't place my order ahead of the flight. Now, I went for the soup and the stroganoff. Let me know in the comments below what you would have picked from this menu. Now, it wasn't the most appetizing looking menu, but it was very tasty and I enjoyed every single little bit of it. Now, I did say there was going to be some spectacular views on this flight today, and this is just the first of many, so keep watching for some more later on in the video. Now, before we get too relaxed and carry on watching our film, we're just going to go and see it. It was pretty standard fare, included a pen, even though you don't have to fill out a landing form anymore. But there was a pretty basic selection in here of an eye mask, socks, some face creams, lip balm, and a toothbrush and miniature toothpaste tube. As you can see on the right hand side, I am enjoying the service today. They've been a very friendly crew, and I'm currently enjoying a cranberry and vodka in this shot, I believe. Now, I hope you're ready for another one of those amazing scenery shots, because there certainly was plenty of them. And this is where my seat choice is justified, because look at that amazing shot of the engine out of the window. Now we're getting ready for our second meal service now, so a quick look around the cabin while it's empty. And ice and enjoy quite a generously sized Baileys. Now, I'm not a great fish lover, so this second meal service wasn't quite to my liking. But the side dish and the indeed. Now, after just 7 hours and 35 minutes of flying time and 15 minutes ahead of schedule, we start our depart into New York JFK. Now, this is where I'm going to leave you to enjoy the views. Now, I'm going to ask you to like and subscribe to this video if you want to see more content, so that I know to keep on making some. There's also a selection of shorts of some recent flights to and from Glasgow Airport from Bristol, so go and check out those as well. Now, until next time, see you soon.